Welcome to FA Exclusive. We are in July now, so we begin the second half of 2025. We've done 6 months of FA Exclusive already. And last month in June, we covered the US-Israel-Iran military clash and the deterioration of American political norms. This month, we have a lot to choose from. US President Donald Trump's One Big Beautiful Bill Act, OBBA. I don't know how a bill is an act. I thought once a bill got through legislature, it was an act. It was no longer a bill, but hey ho, there we go. We live in curious times, Glenn. It's now law of the land. The One Big Beautiful Bill Act cleared the US Senate by just one vote. US Vice President J.D. Vance had to cast the deciding vote, enabling a 51-50 majority and pushing the bill over the line. This happened on July 1st after a 24-hour vote-a-rama. So I have to give credit to the stamina of senators. I wish I could give as much credit to their intellect, but we will swiftly move on and talk about what happens after the bill clears the Senate. It came from the House of Representatives, it came to the Senate, it went back to the House of Representatives, who then passed the bill on July 3rd on a mostly party line vote of 218 to 214. So this allowed Trump to sign the bill into an act on a date that was none other than July 4th, America's Independence Day. All jolly good, cause for celebration. Trump gets to be emperor. But the fly in the ointment is that economists estimate that OBBA adds $3.4 trillion to budget deficits over the next 10 years. Well, this, of course, outraged Elon Musk. He had already fallen out with Trump, and now he has called for the creation of a new political party that would challenge both Democrats and Republicans. Musk is promising to fund challenges against Republicans who voted for the One Big Beautiful Bill Act. And Musk said, what's the point of a debt ceiling if we keep raising it? So Trump-Musk fallout continues. Even as that continues, Paramount Global made up with Trump. They reached a settlement with Trump. Apparently, Trump had sued CBS News, which Paramount Global owns, and Paramount Global will pay $16 million to Trump's future presidential library. How wonderful. CBS also cancelled Stephen Colbert's show. He doesn't like the T pronounced. For those of you who are foreigners, who are not Americans, who don't live in America and don't watch American television, Stephen Colbert is one of probably America's most popular comedian. He has been highly critical of Trump, and therefore it became inconvenient to have him around. And interestingly, the Trump administration approved Paramount's $8 billion merger with Skydance. So was $16 million just an act of goodwill for the great leader? Or was it protection money to capo di capo? Who knows? But we are living in interesting times in America, to say the least. But not everyone is worrying about the One Big Beautiful Bill Act. The S&P 500 broke a new record, shrugging off concerns about trade wars. Nvidia has become the world's first $4 trillion company. Importantly, India's GDP is $3.5 trillion. So Nvidia's value is more than what 1.4 billion people earn in a year. Oracle also surged, so did Nike, many other companies surged. So the US stock market is performing swimmingly well. Unfortunately, the British government is not. The British government performed a U-turn on welfare reforms. British Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer refused to back Chancellor of Exchequer Rachel Reeves in the House of Commons. Rachel broke down in Parliament, tears streamed down her cheeks, and British bonds crashed. It wasn't just Britain tightening the belt. French President Francois Bayrou declared that France is addicted to public spending. And he outlined a spending freeze. Yes, sorry, French Prime Minister. My apologies, not President. President is Emmanuel Macron. And Bayrou outlined a spending freeze. He cut benefits. He also declared a vaguely defined solidarity contribution from the most affluent to help get the budget deficit under control. Bayrou also wants to touch France's sacred cows, public holidays, and he is threatening Easter Monday and Victory in Europe Day to boost growth. Expect demonstrations, maybe more gilets jaunes. Speaking of the UK and France cutting spending and adopting what some people would call neoliberal policies, in Chile, Jara, I don't know how to pronounce her name. I hope it is not incorrect. She won the primary to be the left's presidential candidate. Notably, she's a communist. So 52 years after General Augusto Pinochet overthrew the socialist government of Salvador Allende, we have a communist tilting for the highest office of the land. Hey ho, Glenn, for all the efforts of the CIA in 1973, you're still left with the challenge of communism.
It was part of the plan.
Indeed. There are so many things going on. More than 3,000 people have died in Haiti, next door to the US, in gang violence. That's the downside. On the positive side, Australia, or maybe not so positive side for teenagers, Australia has banned YouTube for teenagers. So on the whole, we could cover a lot of things. And just as we were preparing for this FO exclusive, we learned that Donald Trump has just announced that he'll impose a 25% tariffs on goods from India, plus an additional import tax because India has been purchasing Russian oil. So watch this space, lots going on yet.
Join the conversation at Fair Observer and subscribe to our YouTube channel.